Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different revelations, twists, and turns, as well as surprises in this film by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about this movie that a lot of people are very interested in has all to do with Rey's path as well as Kylo Ren's endgame in the movie and exactly where these two characters are heading, by, of course, director J.J. Abrams. Now, we do know that J.J. has a lot of tricks up his sleeve of what he's about to do with this movie in order to truly end the Skywalker saga on a satisfying note. Now, these past couple of weeks ago, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to some of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting, involving Rey as a character, and indeed her last name being used in Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Now, specifically, a description of Rey with Poe and Finn entering what is described to be the exotic city and the location of the Dark Prince Palace, as well as the Black Market/Marketplace. It's described that during Rey's travels to this planet, she goes under a different identity by use of a name that she used on Jakku as her last name as Kira. It's described that the First Order is on the hunt for Rey as Kylo has spread the word over the course of a year that she is wanted for Snoke's death. Kylo is doing this to prevent the truth getting out that he was the one who killed Snoke. It's said that Rey goes by the name of Kira in this exotic world where there are First Order outposts. It's said that she covers her face up with bandana-like headwear while searching for the Dark Prince and his palace. The alias Kira she uses on this world originates from a last name that she used on Jakku. It's also described to be a nod to what J.J. Abrams was originally going to call Rey in The Force Awakens. Additionally, it's described that on set, one of the costume designs of the kid version of Rey was simply described as and referred to as our Kira. So what's really interesting about all of this is that this all has to do with the second act of the movie, in which Rey goes under a different name. She goes by the alias of Kira, which by the way originates from what she used as her last name on the planet of Jakku, of course, in between the events of the sequels and the original trilogy. Now, what's really interesting about all of this is that this is a callback to what J.J. Abrams was originally going to call Rey in The Force Awakens simply as Kira. So you can really see how J.J. Abrams is bringing back a lot of the older ideas from Episode 7 into Episode 9. Now, we heard about this slightly before a couple of months ago, about her being referred to as Kira Rey or simply just as Kira. However, in this scenario, what's really intriguing is that she is using the name Kira as her alias on this exotic world. However, she knows this name because she used it as her last name on the actual planet of Jakku during her time there when her parents were actually away and left her behind. So what's really intriguing about this exotic city is that we do know that this is the location of the Dark Prince. In case you guys have no idea who the Dark Prince really is, we've been going over him for quite a number of weeks now, is that the Dark Prince is an actual character that has connections to the First Order and reveals secrets of the First Order, Supreme Leader Ren, and even Snoke. Now, we do know that he is actually going to point Rey, Poe, and Finn in the right direction to the First Order headquarters in exchange for something valuable. We're not quite sure exactly what Rey, Poe, and Finn are going to give the Dark Prince, but the Dark Prince is going to help these three characters out. But what I find so very interesting, alright, is how Kylo Ren is actually spreading the word that Rey is the one responsible for killing Supreme Leader Snoke himself. Essentially, Kylo Ren is doing this in order to cover it up that he is actually the one responsible for killing Snoke. He doesn't want the truth to get out. So now the First Order is looking for Rey. They know her name, they know where she is, they know where she comes from, and they know what she's capable of, right? They know she's a very powerful Force user. So as she enters this exotic world in order to seek out the Dark Prince in order to help the actual First Order, or should I say help the Resistance in order to take down the First Order, she has to go under the alias of Kira, which is based on her last name that she used on the planet of Jakku. Now this does raise a lot of questions. Is this her legitimate last name, or is this simply just a last name that she used on the planet Jakku during her time as a kid? Additionally, one of the costume designs of the kid version of Rey used on set was referred to and described as our Kira, so essentially Rey Kira. Now to me, the other way around sounds better on the tongue, Kira Rey, it just makes more sense to me. So that leads me to believe that she's just using this for her own reasons on the planet of Jakku at a point in time during her childhood, where she's using the name Kira as of right now as an alias based on her last name on Jakku. So what I like so much about this exotic city, and of course the exotic world, is that this is the jungle world that we got a little glimpse of at Star Wars Celebration. In case you guys did not see it, there was an image where J.J. Abrams unveiled it. It's actually described to be one of the jungle worlds in Star Wars Episode 9. So one thing that I really do like about this movie so far is that a lot of the planets entering into this movie are very vibrant and very colorful, you know? That's one great thing about this film, is that, especially within the teaser trailer, you can see how vibrant everything really is. Now, as for the character of Rey, is she really going to be connected to either, let's say, for example, the Skywalker bloodline, the Palpatine bloodline, or maybe even the Kenobi bloodline, for all we know? There's a lot of things going into this film, and I cannot wait to see exactly where things are really going to go. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.